From a 4 out of 10 in East Blue to what will be known as Alabasta. Welcome to the Triple Take for another quick take for the One Piece. I'm Manny.
I'm Frank.
I'm Joseph.
And I said he would return and do something other than baseball. Bryan is here. He's back, SSJKillerBee.
What's going on, peoples?
And we will be talking about Manny's journey through Alabasta.
Man, Bryan wanted to be here for this. Man.
So I give it to you guys. Would you like me to start with the pros or the cons? There are more cons than pros. I'll let you know that right now.
That's crazy work.
Just go cons. I almost said cones, bro.
Go
with the cones.
No cones.
Cons. Go with the cons.
So,
just get it over with.
My cons are
Actually, go pros first.
go pros.
Yeah,
Okay,
because I feel like we're gonna be talking about the cons longer.
The good news before the bad news. So the good news is that there are specific parts in here, specifically the fight between Crocodile and Luffy, the first one. I enjoyed that more than I did the other two encounters. I think that it was well structured for the time it was at, because I believe around that time it was like 1990 or like 2000 or something like that.
I don't know, but I think you're about there.
In that time frame.
So it's like let's just say early 2000s.
Yeah.
For
that's probably even farther.
For what it is, I really enjoyed that fight.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I enjoyed was the story that Vivi is telling about her kingdom, which is obviously the princess of Alabasta. Alabarda?
No, you got it right the first time.
Okay. Alabarda is somewhere else, right? I'm just making sure.
No, that doesn't exist.
No. She says Alabarda.
Nah.
Oh, no. Sorry. I apologize. Alabarda is a place in Alabasta, but it's like a separate kingdom.
Okay, then I wouldn't remember that.
No,
if I'm being honest.
I just had to refresh myself real quick. 74 episodes is very long to remember.
You have the freshest mind out of anyone else here.
Oh, of course. So
My mind has expired
That's crazy. Joseph's seen this too. He stopped at Sky Island.
a generation ago.
Yeah.
Remember when it was on Toonami?
Sky P. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I watched it.
either way, the story that's being told between Vivi and just like her trying to get back to the kingdom, the journey itself and the setting, I actually really enjoy. Again, fight me on this. It's the truth. One Piece has the best setting in all of anime. From the colors to where the places are to the journey through the water, everything is just beautiful. It looks nice. I still don't like the character models, but that's
preference.
That's just
There's a lot of
preference.
people that say that, honestly.
It gets better.
That's why. So I love the whole setting. The journey makes sense. I think that it was really fleshed out. Another thing I love, which if I love it in Dragon Ball, I gotta love it here.
Okay.
Is everybody feels different. Everybody feels like they're doing their own thing, but everybody's doing it together. I think that's a big part of One Piece. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you like saying like the crew and everybody they bring on?
Yeah, the crew. Because it's like everybody has their own like little side story and what they're trying to accomplish. It's interconnected together towards the overarching goal.
I would argue that's the best part of One Piece.
So with Nami, it's obviously her trying to map out the Grand Line.
Oh, you're talking about
So
the dreams and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay,
their dreams.
okay.
Sanji is still trying to find the All Blue. Zoro's trying to become the best swordsman. You get introduced to Chopper. Chopper's just trying to be the best doctor.
Doni.
So good, you had to say it twice.
So those are my pros. Yeah, that's about it.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
2.5 minutes of prose?
2.5 minutes.
And cons is longer?
And cons is longer. My first con, and I told this to Frank beforehand, Tony Chopper's backstory. That was so good until the jokes showed up. And I could not take it seriously anymore. You told the story of an outcast because of what happened in his story. And I loved it. I loved it all the way to the point where they started throwing stuff at Chopper because he was different, because he had a blue nose. I was just like, I'm in. And then the guy who finds him decides he doesn't want to show that he's dangerous. So what does he do? He rips all of his clothes off to show Chopper that he's not dangerous and he's not going to attack him with anything. Let me tell you something. That was the stupidest, and I'm going to say it again, stupidest thing I've seen so far in that show. And that pissed me off because I was so invested. until all of a sudden he said, "Wait!" and he's just there naked.
No, Manny's
And to make it worse, the faces that they make are funny to these guys.
No, Manny's
They're funny to them. They're not funny to me.
Manny's not a real person. He's not a real person.
Like, they're not funny.
Okay, I really don't remember this part at all.
Oh my god.
But the more he started going in,
I was expecting to hear like some real deal, like
Like actual cons.
yeah, this man's talking about this guy's
The stupid.
The stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's my New York coming out of me.
What were you saying, Joseph? I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
the more he started explaining, the more I'm just like, is this like an actual reason, or
Yeah,
are you
so-
being petty?
Yeah, I was confused
Look,
for a second.
I'm gonna give them somewhat credit. So this is another pro. I'm adding pros on top of this. I'll give credit for this.
Wait.
One
Wait. Take a moment. Inhale.
No,
Exhale.
bro, I inhaled
Recollect
while you guys
yourself.
were laughing. Trust me.
I was confused.
One of the pros, they are not afraid to tell a joke in a serious moment. I'll give them that. That's called 100% confidence in your writing, because even in serious moments, you're not afraid to take a risk in saying a joke. So that I have to say is a pro on their end, because if as somebody who has confidence, to have that confidence to do that in that moment, you got to give credit where credit is due. Otherwise, I'd be a hypocrite.
So wait. You calling it actual confidence, or you calling it stupid enough to do so?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, I think
Either
it's a little
way,
bit of both,
either
the way he
way,
explained it.
I gotta be.
know.
I'm a
If you're
hypocrite
saying
if
it
I
like
say
the
it. If I say it.
stupidest.
Let
I'll
me
say
hit
it
on that
again.
point, because
The stupidest.
I remember that part pretty well, and I understand where you're coming from. But the way I looked at it was, there was just two outcasts that found each other, kind of thing. Like, okay, I understand, like it was a comedic moment. The point is that he's crazy.
My problem with that is that he wasn't as much of an outcast.
It doesn't matter though.
As Chopper, and it's just poor.
Because like I felt
it's
like he
poor
was the only
taste
one that
to
could
me.
understand him, like aside from everybody else. That was the point that I got from that. But I mean that's up to you. Like that's up to you how you feel. But I just realized that's probably what they were going for.
Moving away from that,
Yeah, okay. What's
I'm
another
going to
con?
apologize right now.
Okay.
I'm going to apologize
Okay.
to Arlong and Luffy, because in the last one I said that fight was garbage.
Oh, this man, bro.
I said that fight was garbage.
He told me this already.
You know what? I have to apologize.
This guy's
Because
crazy.
his fight with, I'm calling him Waffle because that's what they said.
okay.
His name is Wombo?
Wample.
Waffle. His fight with Wappo has to be the worst anime fight I've ever seen in my entire life. I apologize to Arlong. My fault, bro. My fault.
Why am I the fourth wall?
Fight, bro.
My
I don't know
fault.
why he calls it.
That whole
That's like
3 episodes of nonsense. Actually, it's probably like 5.
that's like
5 episodes, maybe more, of nonsense that I sat there for was the worst thing I've ever seen as a fight. Horrendous.
yeah.
Completely brings down the mood of what it's trying to accomplish, which is telling the story of the king that like basically overthrew the kingdom, and he just completely ruined everything. So now they're trying to get it back. Shout out to my boy Dalton. That man is
Oh.
Commander Erwin from Attack on Titan.
Oh, in English? I didn't know that.
Shout out to him.
That's dope. That's a good voice for that guy.
My apologies, Arlong. My apologies.
No, the fact you said that fight was bad in the first place was crazy to me. But
That fight is garbage. I'm sorry.
it's okay. I mean, it's your opinion.
I'm sorry.
It's wrong.
I just don't understand it, but it's your opinion.
So now the witch. I'm going in order. The witch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, her. The witch.
You're talking about the medical
that
doctor.
takes care of
Chopper.
Chopper.
Yeah.
Right.
Kureha?
Don't know her name, bro.
I forgot her name. Honestly.
Don't know her name. The old lady.
She look like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
I'm
Animated.
so dead.
She more looks like.
Crazy.
You ever seen the Wicked Witch of the West, like from the like animated series?
Yes.
That's exactly what she looks like.
Except like not green.
Yeah, except not green. She's not green. She's an old lady, and she gets mad when you call her old. I don't have any problems with her. She's just there. I think she should have been a bigger part. That's just me. I would have preferred. There's not much. That's more of a con to me because I feel like she could have been a little bit more represented. Granted, Frank has told me people come back and it all like has a full circle. But as of right now, I feel like she could have been a little bit more fleshed out. I feel like they didn't do her justice for what her part was in that specific section of the story.
See, they sometimes they give just enough.
Maybe
Just
that is
enough.
the case, but
It's
that is-
interesting. I don't remember feeling that when I watched
Me
it.
either. But hey, I mean, this is what he thinks.
Yeah.
no, because I liked her character
No, she's a good character.
because she's seen as the bad guy.
You mean
'Cause
Santa Claus?
Yeah. Well, Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus. She's seen as the bad guy, and she's just trying to help people. But she doesn't like the way, well, they don't like the way she does things. She has to basically be the bad guy to ensure the safety of the other people. I like that part of it. But it's just like, it feels like it wasn't fully fleshed out, and it wasn't like, she didn't play as big of a part as I believe she should have in the story of, because at the end of the day, it's just Chopper's story. I feel like she should have played a bigger part, especially because she's the person who takes care of him after his idiot of whatever his name is. I don't even remember his
Quack?
name. Is his name the Quack?
No, but that's what they called him, the quack doctor.
Well,
you
him.
could just say that.
After he does his little sacrifice and everything. By the way, that's another con. That was not sad. That was not emotional. That was not anything. It was just there. Like he blows himself up because this dude lied to him. Like, who cares, bro? Like, you already threw me out the window when you got naked. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question because you seem like a little more critical. And is it because you're semi-forced to watch this show?
No.
It's because of the guy. He
No,
just
no,
doesn't
no.
like the guy.
If they took out that whole getting naked part and they switched it up with something else, honestly,
Why is that so?
Chopper.
That's why I don't.
It's the joke. It's the joke. Look, so
Like, what does that ruin everything else?
We said this before in the previous episode. I'm not a fan of jokes in my anime. I'm not a fan of it.
It depends.
It depends. But here's the thing. For me specifically, when I'm watching an anime that has a serious moment like that, and then you put a joke in front of it, you ruin it for me. Like, it's just ruined. It's just ruined. I'm sorry. Like, that's just, again, this is my opinion.
No, you're good.
Agree to disagree with me. It's fine.
No, it's fine. Of course.
I'm laughing at Frank.
Yeah, it's me. It's just like I should keep laughing because it's just so funny to me, bro.
Like, there's no way you're a real person.
It's not my fault.
It's the
Look,
fact that like the first con and it's so adamant is that and it's just like it threw me
It
off.
seems like
it's not my biggest con.
it seems
I know,
like
but it made it seem like it
seems
was.
like it
No,
is.
no,
That's
no,
where
no, no,
that's what's funny.
It's a top tier con, but it's not number one. Number one, I'm trying to
Top-tier
go
con?
in order. I'm trying to go in
Oh my
order.
God.
No, the way you frame it is funny.
So out of there, and into the real like Alabasta arc. Crocodile's the GOAT. Just saying that right now. He's the GOAT of this whole entire like.
I agree.
Just Alabasta arc. He's the GOAT.
I agree.
The way they do his character is perfect. I love it. The way everything he does has meaning to it. It's great. He's always 10 steps ahead of everybody, but obviously he's not at the end. But either way, the first fight, like I said, 100%. I love that fight. I love the first Crocodile Luffy fight.
That's the one where Luffy gets
Yes, Luffy gets stabbed.
impaled.
Yes, he gets impaled.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Well, no, he fought back a little.
He said, "Get your money up."
Then the second fight,
Facts.
this is my con. The second and third fight were just And like Luffy, I like the fact that Luffy loses but like 2 out of the 3. It doesn't measure up to the first one. And I thought it would get better. It's not that bad. It's not that bad of a con. It's more of like the first one was so good, and then the second one was like eh. Then the third one's just like eh. So it's just like it's not as good as the other ones. So it's just that. Like it's not that big. My only this is my biggest con right here.
Okay.
Frank. And I've been saying this from the beginning that I'm gonna make sure I pay attention to this.
Okay.
This man talked about Dragon Ball and how people don't die because they get reborn with the Dragon Balls.
I know what he's talking about.
How about people freaking surviving stuff you should have died?
You're talking about the bird guy.
The bird guy with the bomb? No. Luffy 3 times! 3 times!
I've never seen this man so crazy.
Bro! This man shot water in the sky, got killed by crocodile again!
But
And just somehow, by the grace of God, the water just suddenly hits him in the face. Oh, I'm alive. That was a close one. Get the freak out of here, dude. You can't be talking to me that he should have survived. I'm tired of this. Oh!
I need you to explain a little less angry.
Okay.
Who are you talking about?
Okay, so I'm talking about Luffy.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
The second time he fights Crocodile, he loses, right?
Yeah.
And that's when he finds out that, I felt like an idiot. I'm not going to lie. Water is Crocodile's weakness. I honestly felt like an idiot. I was just like, I wonder how he's going to beat him. And then water. I'm like,
this isn't the first time you're going to feel this way. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Tough. Either way. So they fight, right? Crocodile takes, does the little desert thing. He turns him all frail and stuff like that. This man shot 2 things of water at his face to aim at his face so that way he could try to stop the full cause of the wrinkly skin, I guess. I don't know.
Turning into a raisin, yeah.
Yeah, turning into a raisin. That's a better way to put it. And this man falls all the way to the ground. Mind you, another joke was the way he fell. This man fell like a paper, like a piece of paper going back and forth like that.
I ain't gonna lie, that was funny to me. That was the best.
And then the water, no, it moves away from that scene.
Oh, you're realizing what you're talking about now?
It moves away.
I'm just laughing at this guy's gripes with the show.
It moves away. No. This is my main gripe. It's because Frank was talking to me about Dragon Ball and how people survive just randomly. People that should be dead don't. No one really dies. No one's died in One Piece yet. No one's died. I'm 136 episodes deep. Nobody's died.
When you saw backstories of people dying, but that's about it.
Yeah, the girl on the stairs.
Bro, I saw a backstory of a whole planet getting blown up in Dragon Ball. Same thing.
Okay.
Nobody's died. And it's upsetting because guess what? Nico Robin somehow survived and she got impaled too. And survived? I don't know how. Maybe she held up her heart with her little power and she somehow put it back into place.
No Nico Robin slander.
No.
No Nico Robin slander is allowed.
Den when you said you wanted to be on the One Piece episode, you entered the Dragon's Den, and I'm here. I'm ready.
I'm gonna hit you with a quick How to Train Your Dragon, and I'm gonna just say that you can't have no gripe about the water thing because Goku did the same exact thing when he went against Hit.
Were you talking about the water weakness thing?
No, I'm talking about when Hit killed Goku, and he survived because he shot an energy blast up. And it went down and revived them.
Okay.
That's literally the same thing.
But guess what?
What?
I gotta.
What
edit
year
this.
was that? And what year?
What does it matter? That doesn't matter.
No, honestly, it doesn't matter. But no, you know, a good point.
That's honestly. What I'm saying. But then again, I agree with you with the water thing. That was stupid. But I'm just whatever. It just happens in anime a lot.
Then on top of that, Luffy should have died the 3rd time because guess what? He was hit with a poison hook. Multiple times. But guess what? Nico Robin, who somehow survived getting impaled, decides, I have an antidote. Oh, what luck. Just some random magical
I don't remember.
Antidote just magically appeared from the person that should have been dead.
Why the Robin thing made sense.
Why am I the audience?
Because you're in front of me.
I don't know why the Robin thing made sense, but from when I watched it, it made sense. I think it was something that has something to do with her powers. She didn't really get impaled, from what I remember. But I'm not sure though. I don't.
Like I said, I can't remember all the details.
So
I remember the overarching.
They haven't said how she survived. I don't think they will, but maybe they will when Crocodile returns. Killed. So, that is my biggest gripe.
Any other gripes?
Wait. Restate what the biggest gripe is again. Just in a few words.
People should have died.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Cutting 5 minutes.
Thank you, sir.
You don't need to cut 5 minutes. That was pretty good.
No, you gotta do the rage. You gotta do the rage.
The last con, it's not that big. I just felt like Smoker was non-existent, which sucks. And I really like Smoker, so it was just he's an afterthought. He fights Crocodile, he gets stomped.
And I'm gonna love listening back to this.
Yep. There's so many things I want to say.
I know, right?
That I can't say.
But a lot of the things you're having gripes with, I'm gonna just say it right now. They explain it better later.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
Yeah,
a lot.
Not everything, but
I'm working. Just remember, I'm doing this review. Working with what I got.
No, for sure. That's why I'm having gripes.
If the jokes thing is that big of a deal for you, you won't enjoy the show.
Okay, so
it's not terrible, and like every media, like sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't.
But I will say this.
Look. I'm going into this with open arms.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
I'm going in with open arms. I joke around and say I don't like One Piece.
Yeah.
I have no reason to say I don't like One Piece because I've never seen it.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole reason this thing started.
So that's the whole reason
That's why
that
we're
this
here.
series is here.
Yeah.
So you could have a reason.
So I can
wait.
I can have a reason
he's
to
probably gonna do it after you
not
do it.
like it, or I can have a reason to apologize because if it's good, I'm gonna have no choice but to tuck my tail between my legs and say it's good. You know what I'm saying?
And it's okay to do that.
And I respect you for that.
And that's the truth.
As long as you give me your honest opinion, that's all I care about.
That's the truth. So overall,
Yeah.
Alabasta, was it better than East Blue? Yes. 4.5.
That's
It's
great.
better. It's half better.
These ratings scare. I feel like you're scared of going up.
No.
But it's okay.
It's more of
Like not even a 5. Like
no.
like
There were very boring stuff that was in this. That was very long
and it's so
to
crazy.
watch.
You didn't mention a really big part of it. I just realized you didn't even
What?
mention Ace at all.
Ace, he showed up for like 2 seconds and he left. I was just like, all right. I mean, you dead anyway, so who cares?
Did they show him?
Yeah, you been saw him punching the.
They show him punching the Marine.
the ships.
Yeah, the Baroque.
He
I
did
think
the fire
yeah,
cannon.
the Marines are Baroque Works agents.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, side
And he
note.
jumped
Side
with
note.
his board.
Side note. I forgot about that. Another
I just-
small con. The fights between Sanji separately, Sanji, Zoro,
Oh, he didn't even take-
Usopp, fighting the Baroque Works
Yeah, you didn't even
agents.
talk about that. I was
That was garbage. Not gonna lie, it was boring. It was sad too, because I actually really like Sanji.
Zoro cut steel, bro.
You saying Zoro versus the number 1 guy was
Bro,
bad?
it doesn't help the fact that I know
Wait.
what he becomes, so it's just like that's just boring.
But that's not a good reason to
Yeah,
not like.
and
it.
I'm
That's
sorry, and no, I just didn't like the fight because it's boring.
Okay,
to me,
that's
it's
different,
boring.
that's different.
Especially Sanji's fight. I was like, I'm hyped. I'm
Well,
like, I'm
well,
seeing Sanji fight.
Well,
I'm like, yes, I'm in there.
What do you
And
think
then
about the guy he went against?
what? Zoro?
No, Sanji.
Sanji.
The guy Sanji went against.
He went up against 3, right?
Yeah.
Mr. 3,
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
3, and then
Bunkley.
no, sorry. Yeah, Bon Clay. Yeah, Bon
No,
Clay.
what's his name? Mr. No, he's not Mr. 3.
He's 2.
He's 2, I think. Yeah.
He's
I
2?
thought 3 was the whack.
No,
he's
3 is the
white
wax guy.
Yeah,
You're right.
I forget the numbers.
I remember something.
So
Yeah, no, you're right.
So yeah, I mean, turning into other people. The fact that he turned into Nami like 5 times, so that way he could stop Sanji from fighting. 'Cause Sanji can't hit girls. Jump Force logic.
I think Jump Force got the logic from him. From there,
Jump Force
but
logic. Either way, I mean, it was just It was just like it was very disappointing.
okay.
But I understand why it happened. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? I understood.
It's all little by little. That's
But
all I'm gonna say.
I stick to 4.5. We move on to Sky Island, also known as Sky Pia.
You know what I think? I think later we should have you re-rate the ones before.
The ones before.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Based off
When
of
you
this,
finally
East
find
Blue-
the One Piece.
East Blue is, you know what? East Blue is like the same. I just apologize to Arlong. That's my fault, Brody. My fault. Either way, we move forward to Sky Island. Bryan, you gotta let me know. What am I supposed to get hyped for now?
To be honest, among my friends that watch the show, this has been a very controversial arc. It's like a 50-50 split, like loved it or hated it
Yep.
from everyone that I know.
Same.
So I'm very interested to see where you fall on this because you're a very peculiar man in your opinions.
Yeah, it's a little. It's gonna be. It's in the
hard
air
to-
on this one.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
like
lie.
I have no idea where you're gonna go. I enjoyed it
I did too. It's one of my favorite islands, honestly.
even more now, knowing what I know. Yeah, I'm very interested to see where you're gonna go on this.
I think. I know. I'm gonna take a guess right now. I think he's gonna like it.
So, how do you feel about Nico Robin pulling up?
Oh, becoming the 7th member?
Yeah,
I mean,
That's
real
7
quick,
already?
I would just say
that's
this.
at the end of the arc.
I know what I'm saying, but that makes it 7 already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's the 7th
wow,
member.
wow. I
'Cause
never
they got-
counted, but
Because they got Chopper and
yeah, like back to back. Yeah.
So
This
real
is-
quick, I will say this: she looks cool. She seems like a nice person.
A lot of people like.
I felt like an idiot. I did not spoil myself. I had to look up to see if she was Boa Hancock. I was like, is this Boa Hancock? And she just changed her name. But no, it's not Boa Hancock. I got that.
Manny's the best.
both of them are generational though.
I understand that. I know the One Piece community loves Boa. But
pretty
yeah,
great. She's pretty cracked.
hey, believe it or not, I am looking forward to going on.
Did it make you a little hopeful?
Did it make me a little no?
But
I got low expectations, which means that if
when you
this
started,
is good, I got low expectations. If it's good, it's gonna easily be like a 7, 8 out of 10. Like if it's good, it easily.
So I'm saying in comparison to when before you started, are you feeling a little bit more hopeful now?
No.
Okay.
I still feel the same.
Okay, that's fine.
Which is fine, because again, I know where it goes.
I'm just trying to see where it's at.
So what is the episode number that you're on?
136.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna give Bryan some context.
It's crazy because like
I'm
you say that about any other anime, and you're like, you still not like locked in. It took for me like about 200 to like feel like I enjoyed it, but it really like hit a different level at around that, and it's because the beginning for me was also very bad. Like I hated the beginning.
Okay, so I'm justified.
Before Arlong.
Based off of Brian's estimate, right? You got about
I got about
64 episodes to fully conform.
well, this next arc is actually 74.
I told him that
72.
things start really picking up after Skypiea.
Yeah.
That's when you just like
Which is
yeah.
Dressrosa, right?
no. You asked me this before.
No?
That's
episode
Water
700.
Water 7.
yes.
My
Yes.
favorite.
That's literally from
My
then
favorite.
on. It's like
Straight heat.
crazy.
Skypiea is when One Piece left me.
One
Which
Piece
is
left you in
crazy.
Skypiea?
Which is crazy.
Or they
On the-
left you in Alabasta, technically.
So-
No,
That's what I
it
told
left
him.
me on
That's
the
what
way
I told
there.
my girl, I'm like,
They were going up.
once Water
I
7
fell.
hits, it's a completely different show.
Make
It's a
sure that
completely
is
different
Do
show.
you-
higher on the volume.
Do you know?
That's funny.
Does he know anything about
know.
Skypiea?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Dude, I know nothing about One Piece.
But you
The
know what's
only
crazy?
thing I
That's what I was
know,
gonna say. The context, like he doesn't know anything about Skypiea, but he saw the Zoro versus King fight.
yes, I watched that, and I watched Gear 5.
Yes. Just because he thought he was never gonna watch it, so he just said, "I'm gonna just watch these
But
fights."
then they
Everybody
pissed.
keeps hyping it up.
If you watch the previous One Piece episode, they pissed me off enough to where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it so that way I can finally say if it's mid, it's mid, or I could walk up to them and apologize because that's what I'm gonna do. If it's good, I'm gonna apologize and say, you know what? One Piece is good.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be peak. That's the thing.
It is.
It
but-
doesn't need to
that's
be
fine.
peak for me to say it's good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna judge it based off of that.
Yeah, 'cause
will I
you-
judge the opinion
you-
of it's
you-
the greatest
you watch
anime of
some
all
mid-
time? Yes, I will judge that opinion. But if it's good, I will say I apologize. It's good.
I can't be mad at that. Can't complain.
Yeah,
You know how you say, this is a peculiar man,
yeah.
if he's real or not. Mm-hmm. He was watching Naruto before Shippuden and decided to find out certain things that happened in Shippuden. Decides to look... Shut up. Decides to look at particular fights. Literal story-breaking points. Plot points.
He does this on
Deaths. And he's just like, I just wanted to know what happens to his story. And I was like, that's supposed to happen 400 episodes later. What do you mean? He's just like, I wanted to know.
Just keep this in mind.
He spoils it for himself.
No
Keep this in
comments.
mind. Keep this in mind. I said Naruto sucks. Then I had to apologize to him because I watched Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. And I had to tell him I'm sorry because I really liked it.
Really good, man.
So
Top tier.
it's not above me to apologize. That's why if
yeah.
One Piece is
Oh,
good and I
That's
like
why when
it,
he says this, I
No,
believe him
and I believe you will. It's just like
based off what you've heard.
it's based on what you already think about the show.
presented.
I'm very interested to see where you end up.
It is always gonna be interesting. I
You will
promise
be
this.
like a one of one.
No, he is.
You will
I'll
be.
promise you that. This is why I'm so excited.
You know what?
doing
You know what
this.
I fear?
Entertainment.
I fear this. I'm not gonna lie. I fear like I'm actually gonna like it. That's the worst. I
That's
fear
you
that.
are.
You shouldn't.
You
Don't
are.
fear it. Embrace it.
Exactly.
Accept it.
We both did.
Yeah, they sound like a cult. Be careful.
That's what I'm saying. Wait a minute.
No, that's the song, not the. We
are.
I'm
By the way,
I'm not a
side
cult
note,
member.
intros are garbage. The third one is even worse than the second and the first one. It is horrid.
I'm not gonna go against you on that.
I
don't
couldn't
really like
even
them that
tell
much.
you because there's so many.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, I know there's a lot.
They don't stand out for me like Naruto Shippuden. goated like most of them.
They're
Like 90%.
Yeah, there's like a couple that stand out for One Piece, but there's so many.
I
And
like
it's
the latest
taken me
ones,
so
personally.
long to like get to where I'm at. Like it took me like 4 years to watch the show.
It took me 3.
But either way, on to Sky Island. Join us next time for the One Piece Manny's Journey. I'm Manny.
I'm Frank.
Manny's Descent. I'm Joseph.
Into madness.
And I'm Bryan.
Peace.